Welcome back to Read Aloud, boys and girls. I know I haven't done a Read Aloud video, and this probably will be the last one for now. And we are moving back into informational textbooks or informational books. And we talked about this before. We've read them in class, and an informational book is nonfiction books. So informational, nonfiction, they're kind of the same word. They're very synonymous with each other. And in a nonfiction or an informational book, you will find true facts. So it's not made up. So if you ever want to learn more about something, you would go and find an informational book. So I have a book here, and this might look familiar. We read a couple of these. We read one about a dolphin. I think we also read one about tigers. But I just want to review a little bit of what you can find in an informational book. So here's our anchor chart. And informational books have headings, diagrams, labels, bold words, captions. Another thing that they have, most of them have a table of contents. So right here, if you can see, here is a diagram, right, which is a picture that explains something in more detail. There's the heading, and it says sharks. There's labels. So there's a label to the dorsal fin and his eye and the teeth. There's also a caption, right, which tells us about the picture, and it says this is a great white shark. And then usually you have text, and then you'll see bold words. Bold words are usually in reference to a word that's important, or it's a new vocabulary word. And often they'll have a caption off to the side that explains that word. So let's dive a little bit in. That's a very simple anchor chart about what nonfiction books have. And we'll review a couple of things along the way. I'm not going to read a whole lot because we can't be here all day. So it's just a very quick review. So here is my informational or nonfiction book about lions. Now, in small group, we've been talking about how usually in nonfiction or informational text, there's a main idea. And the main idea, usually the title gives you a clue about what the book is going to be about. And here it says lions. So chances are that the book is going to be about lions. So let's find out what is in the book. Now, if you remember, this is the table of contents. Now, the table of contents tells you what you're going to find in the book. So here it says, what am I? Big cats, lying around, super hunters, food fight, 7 cool facts about lions, cubs, lion talk, what in the world, and then the glossary. So if you were interested and maybe you didn't have time to read the whole book, or you were looking for certain types of information, you would see that here it talks about food fight. So maybe that's going to tell me something about what lions eat. So if I go a little bit down, we'll say food fight, and then I go follow these little dotted lines, and it says 18. So on page 18 is where we're going to find food fight. So if you remember, the pages are at the bottom. So here's page 18. So if I read food fight, it says lions might be good hunters, but they are not good at sharing. Oh my. So it's talking about how it doesn't talk about what they eat, but it talks about how they're not very good at sharing food. So there's a fun fact about lions I didn't know. So that's if you wanted to hop around, you can use the table of contents to give you more information about lions. So let me go to the next page here because I want to point out a couple of things. And here it says super hunters. Now, if you remember, this is a subheading. Super hunters. It says lions are meat eaters. They eat other animals or prey. A lion's body is built for hunting. So here is a diagram like this one right here. And this one has labels, but they're kind of like captions too. It says teeth. They are sharp teeth to cut meat. So here is a diagram. It has labels. Here's some of the words. And it has a caption off to the side. So those are all elements of an informational book. All right. So here we go. I'm going to read this one right here, this page, and then we're going to move it along. So it says, it's playtime. Cubs love to run, jump, and wrestle. They stalk and pounce. The cubs play with almost anything, even mom's tail. Playing helps the cubs learn to be hunters. So here is a picture. And here it has a caption. And it has a bold word. And it says stalk. So here, for the bold word, it's the definition. To secretly follow something to catch it. So that's what stalk means. So there's a bold word with a caption that tells us more about what that big word means. So please remember this week as you're reading informational books, and we've been reading them for a while now, to look at the different elements and to try to figure out what the book is about. And usually the title gives you a pretty good indication about what you're going to be reading. I want you to really look at the diagrams, because all the headings in the diagrams, they give you a lot more information than if you're just reading the text. So here it is, informational books. They have headings, diagrams, labels, bold words, captions. And informational just is another word for nonfiction. So enjoy reading nonfiction books. For this week, there will be a little assignment, and it's just similar to what you've been doing for your science, and that is to write me some facts that you learned. You can try and do a diagram of your informational book, of whatever you're reading, or you can write me down the table of contents if you would like. So 3 different things you can do is you can write me a fun fact, add a picture and a diagram, or you can write the table of contents of the book you're reading if it has one. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing what types of books you're reading and what you're learning all about. See you in the next video.